So welcome back, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about breath, because it's something you do every day, all day, for all of your life, but you've never thought about. You're completely, again, unconscious and unaware of how it's affecting how you think, largely how you feel. Now, there are many, many different ways of breathing, but one that I see time and time again when people are stressed, when people are frustrated, myself included in the past, is this really shallow, really high breathing through the mouth. The breath is like the brake and the accelerator of the nervous system. If we want to upregulate ourselves, stimulate ourselves, wake ourselves up, then if we breathe through the mouth really fast in our chest, big breaths, like you can tell me straight away how that's going to make you feel if you do that for a while. But again, when you see people charging around the office, breathing fast through their mouths, red in the face, what kind of feeling, what kind of sensation does that create? That creates a sensation of anxiety, of angst, of upregulation, of alertness, which is good and fine in small doses. But however, this is how a lot of us breathe all of the time. And if you breathe like that all of the time, you are constantly upregulating yourself, making yourself alert, making yourself stressed, making yourself anxious. And that's not how you want to feel on a consistent basis. And I believe a lot of people who experience anxiety, this is the culprit. So the way you can and you should be breathing, number one, is through your nose. Because when you breathe through your nose, it humidifies the air before it hits your lungs. It also releases nitric oxide, which is also known for being in a little blue pill, because it helps blood flow and oxygen uptake to the capillaries. So that's two bonuses straight from the nose. The third is when you breathe through the nose, it tends to activate your diaphragm and belly breathing, and you get more air into the lower part of your lungs. And again, another little kind of tidbit for you here is the top half of your lungs is connected to your upregulating of your nervous system. The bottom half of your lungs, which there's more volume of, is connected to the down regulation, the rest and digest part of your nervous system. Now they're called the parasympathetic and the sympathetic, but it gets confusing if we say it like that. So I'm just going to say upregulating and downregulating. So what do we want to use more of, the upregulating or the downregulating? So if we breathe through our nose, humidify the air, we release nitric oxide, which makes for better oxygen uptake, and we use our diaphragm, which calms us down. Now what I want you to do is place one hand just slightly below your navel, which is where your diaphragm lives, kind of in between your lungs and your belly, I guess I would call it, and one hand on your upper chest. Now I want you to breathe through your mouth, and you can feel and see where that movement is. I have to breathe now, geez. Whereas if you breathe through your nose, with your hand on your belly, again, you can see that belly expand with the inhale and contract with the exhale. And again, one of the good things about this, when we slow our breathing down, because we get more oxygen into our system now and doing a better job with it, it lowers the rate of respiration. And what is tied to our rate of respiration? Our heart rate. Now, if we lower our heart rate, if we lower our rate of respiration, we send the body and put our body into that relaxation, that rest and digest mode. Now, if you did this all day, great, wicked, because we're going to start soothing our body, telling it to slow down, because we're constantly so upregulated by these little things, by these emails, by a phone going off, someone saying something you didn't like. But if we can become aware and conscious of our breathing and teach ourselves how to breathe properly, we can take back control of our body and our nervous system and how we feel. So if you want to get out that anxiety, get out of that frustration, get out of that anger, come back to the present moment, take a few breaths through your nose into your belly, and see the difference it will make.